Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Shantia here. So I am going to do a really quick recap review of the final episode of Married at First Sight. And it was pretty predictable, right? No one was really surprised with any of the couples who chose or didn't choose to stay together. It was just the continued story. And honestly, it was just kind of boring and a little bit drawn out. What I did find was cute was the it almost sounded like journal entries where they were talking about all of the good qualities and, you know, the questionable qualities of their partner. I thought that was really sweet. And with that, let's go ahead and start with Jacob and Haley. So yeah, no one's surprised. We're all probably even rejoicing in the fact that Jacob and Haley chose to move apart, because I think both of them have just a lot of individual work to work on, because I think both of them were projecting and bringing into past relationship issues into this relationship. They couldn't even form a relationship because they were so held on to a certain kind of idea or reality or expectation of how the other person is supposed to be in the relationship. So the thing is, they kind of left it unresolved, and we saw a preview of it into the reunion episode. It seems like they're both just kind of still a bit combative with one another, and they don't quite get, like, there's sort of a lack of grace and forgiveness that is needed there. And I'm going to stress that when it comes to grace and forgiveness, it starts with you. So you have to feel that within yourself in order to genuinely want to give that to someone else. So I think they're projecting, they're revealing some of the discontent that's within them. Because when we want to fight people, honestly, the battle is always with ourselves. Because there's something about that person that is triggering something. And if Haley and Jacob can reflect back and be like, okay, I'm getting mad because I have a problem with this. This bothers me. Then they're going to be able to understand themselves so much more and grow so much more in their journey. But yeah, it is what it is. I think Jacob made some interesting faces. He's very expressive sometimes. And, you know, hopefully they can just sort of move on into a more positive light from this experience. So moving on. Oh, also Jacob said he didn't learn anything. I mean, if I don't think he really feels that way. If he really feels that way, if he really feels like he didn't learn anything, then that's the reason why he struggled in relationships. You're supposed to learn everything. Everything. There's so much to learn. You'll never stop learning in your relationship about your spouse, about how you are with people. You'll never stop learning if you really paid attention. So Jacob has a lot of great qualities. And I would also say Haley has some wonderful qualities as well, but both of them have to do their inner work. Moving on to Ryan and Clara. So there are a few things that kind of surprised me. So like when Ryan said something about how he understands that it's hard for him to open up and be vulnerable. Great. I'm so glad he knows that and he is self-aware of that. So that gives me hopes to kind of see where their relationship can go. The only problem, not the only problem, the big problem is, the one big problem is that the entire time they're putting on this facade of their relationship. So hopefully moving on forward, they can understand, like, okay, the cameras are gone, let's be real 24/7, what is really going on. The fact that they weren't able to do that with all the experts who are there to support them is kind of concerning. So, you know, moving on forward, I hope they can figure things out. As I said in my previous video, I see Ryan and Clara as like that couple that stays together and they're trying so hard to make it work because they both feel obligated and responsible to the marriage and they both want a healthy working marriage, but it's kind of like, you know, just a little bit of chemistry, or it just seems like there's an ingredient that's kind of missing. And I think part of that has to do with the fact that maybe both of them have issues with really seeing themselves, really knowing themselves, really understanding what's the underlying issue behind everything. With that said, I hope they end up flourishing and, you know, growing together in love. Moving on to Virginia and Eric. So Eric proposed. He proposed, And I thought that was sweet. I thought that was cute that he did that. But again, you know, I am getting a little emotional guilting from his side. Like, oh, I love you so much. We should be, I love you so much. I care about you so much. It's just like, calm down, Eric. Calm down. What Virginia and Eric have, and what a lot of couples have who have experienced dysfunction, but still remain together, and you know, are willing to do the work to kind of figure things out, is they have the willingness to try. That is utmost important in every relationship. The willingness to try, the willingness to stay together no matter what. It doesn't matter how dysfunctional, people are going to stay together if they want to stay together. And that's what Virginia and Eric have. So there is a chance, there's an opportunity for them to grow together in love and figure things out. But there are some underlying issues. Like, I don't really have to repeat it. It is kind of what it is. I was a little bit surprised that Virginia said yes so easily. She's like, yes, baby. And I was like, really? All of that fighting, Virginia, and you're just like, yes, baby. Okay. Anyways, I hope the best for them. Moving on to, let's talk about Paige and Chris. 6 hours, wasting people's time, dramatic. Chris and Paige are two sides of the same coin. So you got someone who's being the manipulator and someone who's the willing manipulator, like willing manipulatee. Yeah. Participate, whatever. Paige is kind of willing to be easily molded and manipulated, and Chris is just, you know, he showed up at the very end, the barbecue, whatever, the get-together that they had outside after they had all made their decisions, and he was just like, I mean, he has a lot of issues. He has a lot of issues, but obviously so does Paige. You know, for her to accept that so easily, it doesn't feel like acting to me. It feels crazy is what it feels like. It feels crazy. I don't want to be a part of this. I'm out. That's what it feels like to me. The whole situation was just a long sigh. Chris will do whatever he has to do to maintain the image, so long as he feels like, and I was very frustrated that the experts were just, pretty much with all the couples, were just so easy about the whole thing. Just like, you know, with Chris manipulating the situation, they were all just like, oh, well, I guess we'll just let Chris have Chris, you know, do Chris's thing, and we'll manage somehow. Yeah, hopefully on that reunion, Kevin really gives it to him. We're all waiting for it. Chris has a very short threshold. He has a very short threshold for people allowing his BS. People not allowing his BS. If people do not allow his BS, he gets very triggered. And Paige is wide open for it. So what can we do? Girl, you on your own, okay? You know, you can watch yourself. Hopefully you watch yourself in the videos and the replay, and maybe you'll start to see more of like what's going on. But girl, you on your own, okay? It's just madness. It's craziness. She's concerned for his mental well-being. Honey, he shattered yours. So this is one of those cases. Put your face mask on. Take care of yourself. Then you can be there for him. Everyone keeps saying, oh, Paige, you're so strong. I really have an issue with people telling Paige that she's strong for this, because that's not strength. And I don't want women or young girls out there to look at this situation and think that that's strength. Strength is not that. That is not that. That's something else. You know, use your imagination, words, whatever. That is not strength. Because a healthy person, a strong, healthy person, now we don't have to raise our voices. We don't have to do this and that. We just know. We have standards, and we just know, and we demand it quietly. We don't even have to say anything. It's just an expectation. So hopefully through this, Paige can find her strength. She did say no, but the fact that she so easily went along with this story, I don't know, girl. The experts say there's a connection between the two of them. There is a connection, and for that, you know, that is Paige's choice. She said she's confused, she's overwhelmed. I really want the experts to kind of Like, I almost want to just like, oh, I want to shake her, protect her, but at the same time, I'm like, oh, but I gotta let you do you. I gotta let you fall. I gotta let you break, because then maybe you will be able to find something from that. But I'm gonna have to give you strength from afar. And it is what it is. Chris, whew, he needs therapy. He needs actual God in his life, and hopefully, yeah, I don't know. Chris, he needs a solid 10 years of like therapy, help, self-help books, meditation, retreats. Like, whew, that is, there's just so much layers. He is so far gone in his world. And he's so good. He's so good at just being a willing participant of bringing it to life. I'm blown away that people like that exist, but they do. And it's fascinating. It's fascinating. Okay, so moving on to Vincent and Bree. Yeah, we weren't surprised by their choice to stay together. I said that Bree and Vincent they're very caring people, and Bree was gonna make a choice based off of her heart. What she said to Vincent is that I like who I am, who I'm becoming with you. So in that statement, I think we can kind of infer that she does have a genuineness to want to change. She did say up front, I don't know if I can change that. I don't know if I'm gonna change it, period. You might just have to accept me as I am. And I think that's fine. I think that is honest to be upfront about what you feel like you can't change. Because a lot of people will be like, oh, you know, maybe I'll figure it out. Maybe you won't figure it out. It depends on your awareness in that situation. When I see the two of them together, there's love there. And love, I want to say overcomes, but it's just, it's more overwhelming. It's too big beyond the conflict and the issue. If they combine that love with intelligence and self-awareness and a willingness to just give more, to change, to allow themselves to change, then only then will they become that, develop and create that love between them that is unbreakable. But right now it's light, it's easy, it's beautiful. And you know, seeing Bree cry, get emotional, and Vincent get her cheesecake, I mean, it's just sweet. I think the relationship is very sweet. I think they genuinely really care and they want to make it work. So out of all the couples, I have the most invested into the idea that this couple is going to thrive, because they both want a family and to be together beyond their reactions and Vincent getting hurt easily and Bree being overly assertive. They both just really care about each other. So there you go. That is my conclusion about all the couples. I can't wait for the reunion. Actually, I can wait. I don't know. I've been busy, but I'm looking forward to the reunion. I'm looking forward to seeing some growth between the couples. I just look forward to seeing people thrive in life. I look forward to people finding a way to love themselves and finding a way to openly love others. And that's why I love this show. So I guess you guys will see me back for a final review for the reunion. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are interested in more videos, go ahead and check them out. I'm slowly, I think, maneuvering my channel into just kind of creative content that I just enjoy making. So we'll see how that goes. But right now, you know, life has been busy, but I definitely wanted to post this review first because I want to stay consistent with it. And I do love this show. I'll be back for the reunion. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a beautiful day or evening. Bye.